Good evening and welcome to the City Council meeting of the City of Lenoir for Tuesday, June the 15th, 2021. We welcome you here this evening as we get started. As we normally do, in a few minutes we'll have our moment of silence and we will remain standing also for our Pledge of Allegiance. We welcome you all tonight back to the meeting, and we are glad that we are able to meet live again. Good to see everybody here. All of our department heads are with us again. It's great to see all you guys. Thank you for being back with us tonight and able to do that.
COVID has been good to them too. Look at that.
Yeah,
Looking good.
they all look great, don't they?
Never here 2 weeks ago.
That's right. And we were here 2 weeks ago, but it's good to be back again and
He just really missed you.
continue. We really missed you. That's the truth. But it's glad to have you here. This is the time for obviously to be especially thinking about our country. As we started Memorial Day, it's time to put your flags out and celebrate our country. Yesterday was Flag Day. Hope that you honored our country with your flag being out, and anytime you can. And please keep it out for the remainder of June, all the way through the 4th of July and on into July, if you will, and celebrate our great country. We do appreciate that. So great for that. Continue your prayers for our country as we continue to recover from COVID and continue to move forward. We hope things will continue to be better every day, and the cases are going down, and we hope that will continue as we move forward. And again, we'd welcome Councilmember Beal, and congratulations to him for his wedding. Had a great honeymoon, we understand, and is back. Doesn't look any worse for the wear, so we're glad that they had a great time, and congratulations again on all of our behalf for that. So, all right, let's please rise and remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will move into our agenda. We do not have matters scheduled for our public hearings this evening, so we'll move on to the consent agenda items, which consist of items A through H. On that, item A is minutes from our City Council meeting of Tuesday, June 1st, as submitted. Item B are minutes of our committee of the whole meeting of May 25th, 2021. Item C is a resolution for surplus property. This would be approval declaring the police corporal Ty Lee's badge and service weapon, which is serial number G403227, as surplus property. Corporal Lee will be retiring from the Lenoir Police Department effective June 30th, 2021. I hope we will probably hear some more about that at a later time. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We'll look at that. Item D is a lease communication agreement with High Brighton Mountain LLC. This is an agreement between the City of Lenoir and High Brighton Mountain LLC for communication equipment and antenna location on top of High Brighton Mountain. Item E is the budget amendments, FY 2020-2021. This is for the approval of amendments to the annual budget ordinance for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021. Refer to council action form for items 1 through 6 as listed. Item F is a capital project budget ordinance for ARPA funds. This is a request to adopt the capital project budget ordinance for the American Recovery Plan capital project for $3,843,691 as submitted. Item G is capital project budget ordinance for Craft Master Furniture. This is for a project budget ordinance in the amount of $500,000 for the North Carolina Rural Center grant funding for Craft Master Furniture as submitted. Item H is the acceptance of an offer to purchase real property and a notice of offer to purchase real property for the 500 block of Wheeler Street. This recommendation is the acceptance of an offer to purchase real property in the amount of $500 as submitted by Thomas Neal Moody for property located in the 500 block of Wheeler Street, North Carolina, PIN number 27495-77733, and tax ID number 06-5-173B as submitted. The vacant parcel is owned by the City of Lenore and adjacent to Mr. Moody's residential lot on High Circle. And there's a note, the legal advertisement for the notice of offer to purchase real property will be published in the news topic starting a 10-day upset bid period as required by General Statutes 160A-269 following council's acceptance of the offer to purchase. All right, those are your consent agenda items A through H, and I will open any discussion and/or motion concerning these items.
I don't wish that it be pulled from the consent agenda, but I would ask the manager if he would, for the public's benefit, explain the ARPA funding. If you, in detail, please. No, I mean, it shows that we're accepting $3,800,000. I wanted the public to be aware of what that.
Well, currently, we're only getting half of that money right now, and it's been deposited in our banking account. But we're still, I guess, getting guidance from the U.S. Treasury Department on what we can spend it on. We're getting some conflicting information, certain things we know of. Water and sewer can be one of the funding sources you can use that money for. Also, there's a lot of restrictions too. You can't use it to go back and lower your tax rate. You can't go back and use it to go back and build your fund balance, and those type of things. But we're still waiting on guidance. I know that I've attended, and I think Ms. Bean's been probably 25 calls so far with guidance. And based on our last information from the Managers Association and from the uniform managers, is just wait and see. Put the money in reserve, hold it till we get more guidance, because we'd hate to spend it and then go back and have to refund it back to the federal government.
Right,
So we're going to be cautious with that.
And that's the point I wanted to make, is it's not a loan, it's not a grant, but it has to be used
For certain things.
for certain things, but it is recovery money that the city can certainly use to help offset costs we incurred, revenue that we might have lost, and things of that nature.
Well,
Absolutely.
but I think it's
Yep.
important to note that in our annual budget presentation from the manager, he recommended that we use that for capital projects, not for expenses.
Right.
Not for reimbursement expenses, but to use it for capital, long-term projects.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. And we're also planning documents
Right.
too for long-term plans. So
So what we're voting on now is just basically to accept the fact that we're accepting these.
we got to set up a separate fund and to go back and account for that money.
Right, okay.
And it will be brought to us at a later time as to.
Right, when we
we're-
know the.
When we know what we can do.
When we know.
Yes,
what
right,
to do.
when we know what we can do.
No, I think it's a smart approach. I make a motion, we accept items A through H as presented.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilmember Willis that we approve items A through H of the consent agenda as presented. If there's no other questions or comments, I will call for the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. That carries 5-0 tonight. We have two council members who are not with us tonight. Council members, Mayor Pro Tem Thomas and Councilmember Presswood are not here. They're out of town. So we'll miss them tonight. All right, we'll move on then to time on our agenda for requests and petitions of any citizens. If there's anyone who would like to speak to the council at this time, you certainly have that right. We welcome most everyone with us tonight here are our department heads, and we appreciate that. Matthew, glad to have you with us tonight. Appreciate you coming out and being a part of that, and glad to have News Topic here. Thank you. And Josh, we're always glad to have you, of course. And good thing we got Shirley back tonight, so we're glad to have Shirley back with us tonight here. So, okay, seeing no one and nothing to come before us there, we'll move on then to, we have no reports of boards and commissions, so we'll move on to the report and recommendations of the city manager, Mr. Hildebrand.
Mayor, Council, tonight, just a couple items for information. The Committee of the Whole will meet on Tuesday, June 22nd, 8:30 a.m., and that'll be 3rd floor City Hall. The Planning Board will meet on Monday, June 28th, 5:30. The Foothills Regional Airport Authority will meet on Wednesday, June 30th at noon at the airport. The first cruise-in of the year is scheduled for Saturday, July 3rd in downtown Lenoir. Also, the Parks and Recreation will host fireworks display on Sunday, July 4th at 9:30 p.m. at Optimus Park. I would note there will be no vendors there this year on the city's side, but I think maybe Waterlife Church may be doing some events on their property. City offices will be closed on Monday, July 5th in observance of the Independence Day holiday. And also, City Council will conduct only one meeting in July, and that will be held on Tuesday, July 20th at 6 p.m. in these chambers. And that's all I have this evening. Unless there's questions.
Any questions of Mr. Hildebrand? I know there's several other things that are going to be going on. We do have a couple of music events scheduled for July 9th and August 13th in downtown. We're glad to see those events coming back. Again, the cruise-in we know is starting back in July. And I would mention that we do have the baseball team that is playing in Walker Stadium, the Old North State League, with a summer wooden bat collegiate league. These guys are playing. They're actually playing a doubleheader right now in Moxville, I think it is. They're playing Moxville tonight in a doubleheader, so we wish them the best. And then they will be back home this weekend at Walker Stadium on Saturday.
Saturday at 7?
Saturday at 7, and Sunday a
4 and
doubleheader
7.
at 4 and 7. So if you'd like to come out and see that, it's fun to watch the baseball.
Had a
And,
huge crowd opening night.
It was
big.
over 300 people there in
Yeah.
opening night. So it was fun. And these guys are looks like a lot of good young men coming in to play. We want to support them, and hopefully it brings people into our downtown. And our restaurants are doing some things that Matthew and Kaylin worked out about being able to have some ticket vouchers that they can take and share with our businesses downtown after the game or before the game. So we hope that will drive some business this way, and glad to have them. Anything else anyone has that we need to bring up or talk about at this time that's going on? All right. If not, we have a report from our city attorney, Mr. Rohr. Do you have?
And we need to go into closed session to discuss attorney-client privilege matters.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And we'll do that in just a few minutes. We'll go ahead and go down the rest of our agenda, and then we'll go before we go to closed session. As far from my office, the mayor's office, I do have a couple of board announcements to bring to you. Your consideration for a reappointment and then a new appointment to our authorities, boards, and commissions. And this would be voted on at our July 20th City Council meeting. Recommendation for a reappointment to our Lenoir Business Advisory Board of Jennifer Endicott for a 3-year term. Jennifer is currently serving on the board and doing a great job. We appreciate having her a part of that, and she'd like to continue serving on that. And then on our planning board, we have an open seat, and we have a new recommendation for Curtis Baker for a 4-year term. Curtis is currently what is he called? McGill and Associates, and has some planning experience, which is good, and some real estate experience and several other things. So he has applied to be a part of our planning board. So I'll make those two as recommendations to you at this point, and we'll bring them back to you in July for your vote on that. So thank you for those considerations. Now, if there's any report from our council members of anything that anybody knows about at this point. Mr. Perkins, Councilmember Perkins, how's everything going? Your podcasts have been pretty good?
Podcast has been great.
Okay.
My citizens have been real responsive and cooperative and tuning in, and we've got great response from all of the guests that we've had, and we'll still continue and running strong. So,
Good.
Thank you.
Good. I noticed you had several of our nonprofit groups were on a couple of times the last little bit.
Yes.
Good reports from that, and nice to get them that exposure that you're putting out there. So
We're focusing on the schools now, so for the next 4 weeks, we'll have school personnel,
okay.
teachers, principals, those kind of people.
Got one sitting over very close to you. You might have to get him on sometime.
No, we denied him.
Oh, okay.
Afraid I'd break the camera.
Well, good. Well, thank you for what you're doing with that. I know that gets some great information out there. So if there's no other reports from our council members or anything, we do have a closed session. This is pursuant to North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11, subsection 3. We'll enter into this closed session to discuss attorney-client privilege, and we expect no action to come
Mayor, I'd
out.
like to make a motion that we go into closed session.
Thank you. Councilmember Stevens makes a motion to go into closed session. If there's no discussion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you. And before we go, I would like to say that a new magazine is out, the Caldwell County Journal, from the news topic. Done very well. We have some great ads and articles in there about things going on in the city of Lenore, including a great one about our downtown and some of the merchants and business on that. So I hope you'll pick those up and read it. All right, we are now in closed session. Thank you all for being with us. You're welcome to wait, but if not, we will see you later.